My name's Chris Purcell. I was serving on board HMS Sheffield 1982 for the Falklands conflict. I was an able seaman gunner. We were uttering and muttering between us saying, well, they won't send us, we've just been away for 6 months. We're due home in 4 days. However, maybe an hour or two later, the captain came over and said, we're going to proceed south. My action station and defence station was lookout, and you used to scan from the sea or the horizon up 5 degrees, scan the rest of it, up another 5 degrees, and I think you're looking for aircraft, ships, but then you got to 30 degrees, 35 degrees, and then you come back down and do the same again. You might get relieved every hour for a changeover, have 20 minutes off, and you're back in there. It was midday when we were on watch, and fairly quiet day. No change, because we've been in defence watches a number of days. One of the chiefs said, Percy said, you know all the chefs. He said, good, I'll get some hot water, we'll have a brew. I said, yeah, okay then. I went into the galley, and the chef's going, hello Percy, what are you doing down here? I said, can I have some hot water? I said, we want a brew up top. He said, yeah. And they'd not long finished lunch, so there was no hot water available. So we had 3 steamers, what we call them, like 3 kettles, but industrial. So I filled one up with water. As I'm doing that, the number 1 laundryman was like crouching, and he was preparing his evening meal. So I said, all right, Choky. And we were chattering. I put the steam on. And then, this is about 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. I finished talking to number 1 laundryman, and then I started talking to the chefs. Well, also in the galley was the Master at Arms, naval policeman. About 10 to 2, the water still hadn't boiled. So I asked one of the chefs, Tony Marshall, I said, Tony, I said, can you give us a shout up top when the water's boiled? He said, yeah, not a problem. So I left the galley, back up 3 decks. So I went up to the bridge wing, starboard bridge wing, and the helicopter pilot was there. Me and the pilot were looking out, and then, I don't know, 2 o'clock-ish, so 10 minutes after I left the galley, 2 o'clock-ish, we looked out, and the helicopter pilot shouted, "Exocet." And we looked out, and we see this fireball coming towards us. And I don't know what max speed it was, but it was fast. And saying that, that's on paper, it's fast. When you look at it in reality, everything, and when I look back, everything's, it's like still frame, slow motion. And basically, the next thing we heard was a thud. It was a bang and an explosion. And the missile came in. We heard a broadcast, brace, brace, like you hear on civilian airlines, and brace, 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 which means take cover, or what cover you could. And I took cover where I said about the 20mm Oerlikons. We have ready use lockers full of ammunition. And I sort of ducked behind there. I didn't want to let you think, what a prat, you know, if anything came in. And it wasn't long before the missile came in that we were getting black smoke. We got told that if you're down below in a smoke-filled compartment, your gas mask would give you about 6 minutes of breathing capability. One of the petty officers, he went through what they call a manhole cover, and it's an entry, an escape entry and exit into the ship. And he went down with a gas mask on, and he was trying to get any emergency apparatus back up to the ship so we could try and fight fire. And he went down 2 or 3 times, and then they brought him up. He was dead. I didn't know then, it wasn't until approximately 24 hours later, that everyone I'd just been talking to in the galley were dead. I live, I suffer guilt, thinking I should have died. People have told me, well, no, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. You should, in effect, I've left my post. I suffer flashbacks, survivor's guilt. 40 years on, there's not a day goes by where I don't think about it. Anniversaries, 4th of May, I got a routine. We have reunions. November, I remember all the ship hits, and I'll never forget them.